You think I'm weird, Tommy?
This video contains strong language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Here we go. Welcome back to another episode of The Lost Minds of Edited Phandelver. Nothing. Interesting. When last we left off, our intrepid heroes, I actually don't remember where you guys were. You didn't leave yet.
We were preparing to leave.
You just left the what's his name's
The town hall.
Town Master's hall after accepting the job, and that's kind of where we ended. So last we left off, Kados was missing. His clothes were all in his bed, but he was gone. You guys went around, you collected your bounties for getting rid of the red brands, and finding and returning Sarah, John, and Chris Dendar to their respective home. And yeah, Zach joined the cult.
I did.
Or I guess Remus joined the cult. And yeah. So now we are back standing outside of the town hall with Torak, Tommy, and Remus. Bada bing.
Yeah, well, excellent. Good job in there, Tommy, getting them jobs, getting us our price up, all that stuff. It was, well, what now? Something about Wyvrn Cove, Shipwreck Cove, Shipwreck Keep.
Well,
Town of Shipwreck.
We got a couple of objectives here. We could take care of the orc problem. We could do the other thing, or we could find wherever the fuck that Kados guy went. Remember, he kind of just was gone, and he's got that cool staff.
Something tells me Kados will find us.
I don't know how this works.
Probably just find him before we leave, though.
All right, if you insist. Damn it. All right, well, seems
I have
to
to
me
admit, it was nice while it was quiet, but
it was definitely quieter.
I think we might need his help. He actually is pretty badass.
Just don't give him the money.
Where should we start?
Where was the last place we saw him?
Well, the last place we saw his clothes were in the tavern.
Maybe he came back. Maybe he got cold.
Go there.
You hear the disembodied voice says.
You hear a voice from the ether reach out.
Well, yeah, I guess. Remus gonna step off on his way to head back to the inn to investigate the clothes of Kados.
All right, so you're all going back?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sitting at the bar.
So you guys get back to the Stonehill Inn, and Remus, you swing the door open, and there is Kados sitting at the bar next to Mr. Silly himself, Sildar Hallwinter, and they appear to be talking.
I stop kind of where I am and just... Hey, I approach, I'm going to walk in the door. The door's still hanging open. I'll walk up to my strange friend, Kados, and I'm going to sneeze. Both in real life and also in character at you. And
At you.
all right, well, I guess I'm not going to sneeze. I'll walk up to Kados and I'll, howdy. Where'd you end up?
Hello, Remus. I did not expect to see you here after all of these years.
Years, huh?
Yes, many years. I think 4 to be exact. How are you?
Good. Not a day older since last time we met. Well, maybe I guess like half a day older, but yeah.
Well, this is strange.
This is strange. Tell me about the last 4 years of your life there, Kados. What you been up to?
Well, you see, I was in my room at night, and then this big portal opened, and I thought it looked pretty neat, so I decided to walk through it, and I end up on this whole new place. Everything is purple, the people are purple, the grass is purple, everything's purple. And I walk in there and I start helping them, and all of a sudden they've declared me their holy leader, and I stay around for 4 years and maybe help them out a little bit, maybe not so much sometimes, because, you know, some of them got a little mad, but then the portal opened back up one day and I decided to walk back through and I just went back to bed.
That's fascinating. Good for you. I'm really proud of all you've accomplished.
We're all in the place, right?
Yes. Also, Kados is only wearing a towel.
So, upon hearing that, I'm gonna walk out the door in disbelief and puff it up, because I'm like,
Okay, make me a survival check.
all right, we're gonna use the D&D Beyond dice today, boys. That's
Oh. Oh, that's a nat 1?
Where's he going?
I don't know.
my face getting blown off.
So you go to light your cigarette, and when you strike the sparkstone, the match seems to the cigarette actually like combusts in a poof of smoke and a little blast of flame, and your other eyebrow and a little bit of your front hair is quite singed. Also, your fingertips are a little burned.
I'm gonna walk back inside, sit at the bar. Can I please get a drink, like right now?
I'm just gonna continue saying to Remus. Yeah, so it turns out like all of these beings were actually part of this place, and like they're just all one big thing. So it turns out I was in cohorts with like a whole plane or a planet or something. I don't know where I went. It's very purple, very pretty.
Yeah.
Can you make that 2 drinks, please?
Yeah, that sounds fascinating there,
With
Kados.
that,
Now,
Mr. Stonehill comes back and sets 2 drinks down in front of you, Tommy.
I'm gonna chug one of them.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Zach.
It's all good. It's all good.
15.
15. You feel fine. You chug it great. You slam the glass back down on the thing, and you're like, you looked dope doing it.
Has anyone noticed my new
Oh,
look?
I did. But I was waiting till after Zach's conversation.
Zach, continue.
Yeah, real quick. Now that's great and all, Kados. I'm glad y'all had a good time out there. But have you noticed you're, not wearing any clothes?
Well, that is fine. I've had less than a towel on through many of these encounters. But, I just figured I'd come down and get a glass of juice to warm myself up after all of these years.
Yeah, that's great. But you see, in this plane, we wear stuff.
Well, you see, when I left, my holy robe and crown dissipated. I don't really know where they went, but it was a pretty fun time for about the last 4 years.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, like I said things, and then everybody did what I told them to do. Sometimes that was good, sometimes that was bad. You get the idea.
I sure do.
So out of curiosity, the clothes that were left behind, were they like your PJs?
I think they were just my regular clothes. I think I would have been in my PJs, but
Okay. Because your regular clothes would then still be laying up on your bed.
Yep.
Okay.
Brilliant.
You're telling me after 4 years my clothes are still upstairs and I still rent a room here? I must owe them a ton of money and I don't have any?
Oh, you know what? I actually, I paid your bill for you not too long ago. I think it ended up being, can't remember, a couple hundred gold. You can get me back sometime.
Why are you here after all of these years?
Well, you see,
and you don't look like you've aged a day.
Well, that's, thank you. Well, Tommy, would you like to tell our friend why we're back here after so long?
Tommy, what happened to your eyebrow?
What eyebrow?
That's right. One eyebrow.
It's not there.
I don't remember Tommy ever having eyebrows. I think he was just a shaved-headed man.
Shaved-headed.
I was.
Yeah, but not his head. He just shaved his face, like his eyebrows and.
Katos. How do I put
Katos over here just letting his
I've
berries
always-
hang in the wind.
I've always had a mustache, and I have hair, and I'm waiting for some. You got your dingleberries all out and running about, and I'm a little worried about it.
Who has dingleberries?
I'm gonna take a drink, just like a sip, and in my head be like, I do. And then I'm gonna look at Torak and just be like, yeah, I had an accident outside. I tried to light one of my cigarettes and it didn't go so well. This flint and stone thing is not working out.
Well, how'd you do it before?
I usually just got lucky, I guess. It's never done that before.
Magically caught fire.
No, like I would do it, and that's never happened to be like.
Whip it out and.
I wish I was like a sorcerer, so like I could do that. Like.
Well,
Just ask Katos.
Tommy, why don't you fill in Katos on our
Oh,
deal?
right. Sorry, the eyebrow thing got me a little sidetracked.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we kind of parted ways for a couple years, and then you know, we all magically found each other again, and we found a job about an orc problem.
Roll a deception check. Josh, roll a... Would it be investigation? Perception?
I think perception.
Charisma?
So how you would do those checks, sir, is I would essentially pick the highest check for me that is
Charisma.
related to that.
Like perception or insight.
Yeah, that's how they do that. So
Okay.
insight is wisdom.
So is perception.
They're the same for you.
Right. No, my wisdom is very low, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm making a saving throw for this, right?
It would be... No, it wouldn't be a saving throw.
It's just a check.
It's just
right?
a regular
It's just a
check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your investigation is +6.
Yes, it
Oh.
is.
What
That's
is
what I was going to go with because that's
Oh.
intelligence.
the B is nat 20? Because it says 20 plus 1 equals 21. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, it's like D&D Beyond. Oh. That's a nat
So
20.
that's a 22 for me.
Okay. So you think that your boy Tommy is telling a little bit of a white lie. Not really sure about what, but there's something fishy in his story.
Does that beat nat 20s?
With a check, it's different.
Oh, okay.
Tommy, start your story over. Why are there orcs overrunning the city? I don't see any orcs. I'm here drinking juice.
No, they're not overrunning the city. They're a little bit outside the city, and there's like a real short guy who kind of seems to be the mayor.
Oh yeah.
He wants them gone from outside the city. They're causing some trouble. And
But Tommy, why are you telling me this? I don't feel like this is important information.
That's what we're gonna do next. I figured we'd take you along.
Hi, Cody.
Who's Cody? I'm just kidding.
By the way, Brandon's sexy headphones. Now
you're
we
so
all
big.
match.
Wait,
They're
do we all match?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
The name is Fidelio.
They look good. The color
Be
scheme
my next
matches
movie.
ours.
So with that,
Chris, more
Sildar.
editing.
No worries. I'm not gonna edit. No. I'm not gonna. No.
Who edits
Um,
these?
I do. But with that, Sildar slides another glass of juice in front of Katos, and he goes, "So, as I was telling your compatriot here, as he was telling me the story of his eventful time gone,
Oh, yes.
I was filling him in on the issue of trying to locate Gundren. We seem to think
Wait,
300.
After all of these years, we still have not found Gundren. I think he's very dead by now. It's been 4 years.
It has not been 4 years for me, anyway.
Well, by my watch, it has been 4 years.
What's a watch?
It's like a little clock that you keep on your wrist. I don't actually own one. It's more of a something people say.
Well, he's presumably alive. And
After 4 years, very impressive.
Yes, after 4 years. He just pushes the juice a little closer. So,
is this fruit juice or is this vegetable juice? Because the last place I was at, all they had is this awful kale juice, and I did not like it. It was very green.
He looks at Mr. Stonehill and he goes, "It's fruit juice, just like the other one you were drinking."
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
So, to locate and bring Gundren back, I talked to your comrades earlier and told them to search for a place called the Cragmaw Castle, which they would have to talk to a druid to find. But was thinking 300 gold a person, if you can locate and bring Gundren back.
I don't really have any need for gold, but that is cool, I guess. I mean...
How about a nice
castles.
hat?
Castles are very fun to go into because there's like ghosties and stuff sometimes, and it's pretty exciting.
He then looks at the rest of you and goes, 300 gold?
I would like that hat, please.
One hat and 300 gold for each of you.
Can the hat be blue?
Sure. Yes.
I turn to Tommy and I go, somehow Katos came back weirder.
Are you trying to do that without Katos hearing you?
Yes.
Make a stealth check. Or a sleight of hand check. Whichever one's higher.
4 plus 11 is 15.
Katos, what is your passive perception?
12.
12! You don't hear it.
Okay. For those of you who are not catching on already, this is a real Rick and Morty moment. I fucked a planet, Morty.
I got that. Yeah.
Wait, who did you whisper to? Me or Tora?
You.
Oh. I'm just gonna be like, yeah. Take another drink.
So, blue hat, 300 gold, 300 gold, 300 gold.
It better be a very nice hat.
All right.
I am expecting this hat to have at least 2 feathers on it. It has to be a nice hat.
Well, now you're adding things to the deal.
Well, and it's a hat, and I know how much hats cost. They cost like maybe a little bit, and you're offering me a lot of bits, so it better be a nice hat. Maybe could you throw in some shoes? I've never actually owned a pair of shoes in the last couple of years.
I'm gonna whisper to Remus and be like, he's weirder, but hasn't changed a bit.
Roll a sleight of hand or stealth check, whichever one's higher. While this is going on, Sildar just puts down 2 gold on the counter, nods to Mr. Stonehill, and proceeds outside.
That's a... what did I get? 8. 4 plus 4.
Alright. Katos, you do hear Tommy.
What did Tommy say?
I don't remember.
I just said, weirder, but hasn't changed a bit.
You think I'm weird, Tommy? Why do you think I am weird?
I don't know if weird is the right word. I would say you're interesting. You have So, what else did you do in the past 4 years? I'm excited to hear about this. I like purple.
Well, you see, I showed up and these people were in disarray, so I decided to lead them into more of a communal style, planetary, planar-wise, getting along kind of thing. And they were all getting along for a while, but then some of the purple people were mad, and then so using my magical powers that were bestowed upon me by the purple people, I decided to just blow up all the people that didn't agree with me, and then everybody got mad, and then this portal opened, and now I'm home.
All right, well, here's the deal. We're going to kill some orcs, methinks. You're welcome to tag along, or not. And we're gonna, go get to work.
Oh, I will tag along. Orcs are very fun. You see, you just hit them with some fire, and then they go, "Bleh," and then they're all very scared of you.
I'm really just so thrilled that you're coming along with us.
Before we leave, I think you might want to go check and see if your clothes, after all these years, are still up there. Because I have a good feeling they might be.
Well, that is weird that they have reserved the room for me after all these years, but yes, I think some clothes may help if we are going to fight some orcs. I think if the orcs see me naked, they would be quite disturbed.
On second All right,
hey everybody, how you doing?
Are you going to get your clothes, Josh?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my clothes.
Your clothes are still there?
Juice in hand.
What'll be funny is just the towel fell down on the way up the steps.
Roll for it.
Yeah.
See a little
Yeah, roll me a percentage die. We'll make this interesting.
Wait, a percentage die?
Yeah, percentage die.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 2 d10s and give you a percentile because I don't have a percentage.
Yep.
13.
13. The towel like falls down past butt, but then you pull it back up.
Do we see this?
Yes.
Do we?
Were you watching Kados go up the stairs?
I'd like to think that I wasn't, but I think I was.
Kato's supporting the full moon.
Oh, sorry about that. This towel is a little oversized for me. 4
Wow.
years after just living off of this magic jelly stuff they feed me, not very good. I've lost a little bit of weight.
I feel it in my jellies.
So your clothes are still there.
I will put my clothes on.
All right.
Oh yeah.
You go downstairs.
Yes, clothed.
All right. So Kados appears clothed, ready to go. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, so I pull out my map because let's say I have a map, Chris.
You do have a map. We've
Yeah,
talked
pull
about
out
this.
my map. And I'm like, all right, we're right here in Phandelver. And these orcs are up by Thunder Tree Way. So we need to leave town. And we're going to go, north out of town. And then head west for a bit. And then we'll catch the high road. And just head north until we get to Neverwinter. And I say we start there, boys.
So that's not where the orcs are.
Is that where Gundren is?
That's Thunder Tree is where the druid is.
Oh, I got that mixed up.
So
Should have stopped me.
So where are we going?
So Wyvern Tor, if you look, so the Tribor Trail goes all the way to the east.
Yeah.
Do you have Coneyberry on your map?
Yeah.
Coneyberry? It's if you look at the mountain range, it's the littlest one closest to the mountains.
All right. Yeah, I got you. All right.
Chris, is that the first map that you shared?
It's on.
What?
Yes, it is the very first.
Yeah,
map.
like the very first one? Okay. I just want to make sure. That's all.
So it's the first mountain.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yep.
Okay.
I see. I just wanted to make sure it's on the right map.
It is. See Icespire Peak?
Yes.
There's a little, like, hilly mountain thing just above it.
Okay.
Then to the right of that, there's a bigger one. And then to the right of that, there's a smaller one.
Yeah.
It's in between that smaller one and, like, the ridge.
Okay. Forget everything I just said, boys. We need to travel north out of Phandelver, then we gotta take east on the Tribor Trail, and then we're gonna follow that for a while till we see some of them mountains, and then we enter the bear pit.
What? There are bears? How many bears are there?
I heard there were at least 17 bears, Kados.
Plus
17 bears? I don't think we can take on 17 bears. Have you seen a bear? They have teeth.
In the past 4 years, we all got the nickname Remus, Tommy, and Torak, the Bear Slayers.
Oh, so you're very accustomed to killing bears, but I thought we were
That's
going to
right.
kill orcs.
We
I'm
are,
quite
but
confused.
in case we run into bears.
Roll
What
me
do
a
you
deception
do?
check.
Yep.
Josh,
What
roll
do you
me
do when the
investigation
bears,
or
when the
perception.
bears show up
I got
and
an
the
11.
bears just go,
I got an 11.
this is not good. The bears are bad.
Got an 11.
Well, I got a 2, so
Hey,
Okay, you believe him that he is, and the group is now known as the three bear slayers.
so you just go around killing bears? I don't think that is very good money. I don't think bears are quite where you want to be.
well, the
with your
story is
life.
long.
I think you would maybe want to go for criminals because they are more lucrative than bears.
The story's long and arduous. I'll have to tell it to you sometime. But we're off. I'm leaving, heading to the Tribord Trail, and you're welcome to join us, Katos.
Zach, I love your camera focus. Like, you're in focus and the rest of it's out of focus. I don't know how you pulled that off. Works great.
We'll talk about it later.
Let's do that.
Okay, so Remus is now leaving. Do the rest of you leave?
I'm gonna chug the rest of my drink. Well, I don't know. I was sipping on it.
I will walk with Remus to go
Okay.
to go slay the bears on the way to the orcs.
Okay. Torek.
I'm also gonna leave.
All right. So you guys walk out the door. Are you leaving town? You taking your wagon? You leaving your wagon? You walking on foot?
Wait, how much did I owe for the beers?
I think Sildar
the
covered
2 gold. Yeah, Sildar covered it.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
sorry.
So are you taking the wagon, or are you just walking?
I'm okay with not taking the wagon, guys, if you don't want to take it. I think the only thing we have on there is some ale or wine or something.
Wine, I think.
Yeah.
I'm fine with walking.
All right.
Brandon, what do you think?
I'm fine with walking.
All right.
To be honest.
And Kados doesn't like driving, so
I do not drive. It is just not up my alley to do such things. Very bad. All of a sudden, we will run into a wall sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
okay. So you guys are leaving town. Are you paying attention to your surroundings, or are you just leaving?
I would like to pay attention to my surroundings.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So again, as you're kind of walking through the square, you notice on the other side that there's a guy over there, and there's a guy, and you're pretty sure that it's Mr. Stonehill,
Who is Mr. Stonehill?
The barkeep.
the barkeep that just gave you juice.
He's over there now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Besides that, everything seems normal.
Why is the barkeep watching us? Does he want to see if I am stealing juice from him? I promise you guys, I am not stealing juice.
I'll look around. Do I see the barkeep?
Roll me a perception check.
18 plus.
You see the
0,
barkeep.
18. Okay. That is strange. I mean, we just walked out the door. I'm gonna go have a chat with that barkeep. I'm gonna walk towards the barkeep.
Okay. Are you just walking like out
With a
in the open?
purpose.
With a purpose?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the barkeep sees you coming. You're probably about 60 feet away at this point, and he locks eyes with you, grins, and darts away.
In what direction?
Are we using map or just away from you?
Away from me.
Yeah, away from you.
All right.
Well, that was quite strange. Do you
I'm
think
chasing.
maybe...
I'm sprinting.
You're sprinting? Okay. So
I'm going to say to the rest of the party who is not Remus, do you think maybe he is mad at us? Did one of you not pay your tab? I think this is what this is about.
This is the barkeep?
So,
Sure.
as this is going on, Zach has taken, or Remus has taken off running.
Can I follow?
Sure.
Even though wasn't paying attention, but I see the situation now,
Okay.
so I'll follow.
Okay. I'll say you're about
Yeah, like I'm
20
behind.
feet behind by the time you realize what's going on.
Yeah, I take a second to be like, what?
So the barkeep darts around the corner of a building. You're probably about 30 feet away. Do you continue following?
Yeah.
Okay.
We all
You,
following.
So far, the only people who have told me are Zach and Tommy.
Okay, I'm not following.
Okay, so you guys are still hanging out in the square.
Torak, where do you think everybody is going? Why is the barkeep such a huffle bustle? I think maybe people just owe him some money and he's watching where he goes.
Maybe they're just playing tag?
I think this is also a good assumption, maybe, because I like playing tag.
So, sorry, continue.
No, it's okay.
So, Remus, you get around the corner, and there are probably about... Roll me a perception check.
Perfectly timed hiccup.
Nat 1. Okay, so when you get around the corner, you see probably 5 or 6 children and a couple adults that you kind of recognize a couple of them, but others just like they're people, you don't really know who they are. Just walking. No one's running or...
Hey, did a man just run through here?
Who are you asking? A person or a child?
Everybody.
A couple people kind of like stop and look at you, and they go, well, a gentleman kind of walks out and he goes, well, not that I saw. And this gentleman was walking away from you when you came around the corner.
All right. I want to try to see if they are lying.
Okay, roll me an investigation check. Or insight, rather.
17.
17. They appear to be telling the truth.
Have I caught up at this point?
At this point, you round the corner.
Okay.
Fuck.
You are also welcome to make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll make a perception.
You don't really know what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would just be looking... Oh, I don't even know if the guy was really there, do I?
You could have... I'll go with that you overheard Kados.
I got a 9.
A 9? Knows the same things.
Maybe I'll alternate my rolls, because I rolled my actual d20 and got a 16, so I'm like, so now that's a 16, so now I gotta go back to computer, then the dice.
There you go.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So you guys are now standing around the corner in this little, like, off-side street kind of deal. What are the two of you doing?
I'm just standing there huffing and puffing. I'm like looking around. I'm pissed. I'm just like, fuck. Well,
You said there's children, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna look at the... I'm just gonna say that, I'll be like, I guess like a specific child, one of them. Just be like, are they male or female?
There's a couple of each. There's about 5 kids.
Alright, I'm gonna talk to a little guy and just be like, hey buddy, did you see anybody come through here like kind of running or anything?
Oh well, no, mister. Just people have just been. I mean, we've been playing over here. I really wasn't paying attention too much.
kick him.
Kick the baby.
Well, forget about it. Let's get back to the boys.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk away and kind of disregard Tommy.
What?
Okay. Kados and Torak, what have you guys been doing in the probably like minute that they've been gone?
Still talking about what games they were playing.
Torak, these bears you've been killing, are they regular bears? Are they basilisk bears? Or are they like some kind of like werebear kind of thing? Like what kind of bears are we dealing with here?
Platypus bears.
I don't think we've killed any bears yet.
I thought you guys told me you were the great bear slayers in the past 4 years.
I don't know what they told you.
Well, now I am confused about all the kinds of bears that these two have encountered in the past 4 years.
Me personally have not killed any bears.
No bears?
So with that,
no Sphinx bears, no Grick bears, no Goblin bears, no nothings?
He is a bear.
No bears. I'm a bugbear.
You're a bugbear. I assumed you were not killing bugbears. That is That is okay.
So
No
right
bears.
around now is where Tommy and Remus show back up.
So the two of you, what kind of bears have you been killing over all these years? Because Torak here tells me you have killed no bears. And now I am skeptical if we can survive the Great Bear attack.
We can talk
That
all
is
about the bears
obviously-
on the road, but we need to get out of town.
Well, let us go then.
And with that,
You guys skedoot? Alright,
proceed.
so it is about a 2-day journey to Wyvrn Tor, traveling north up along the trail connecting with the Tribor Trail, and then hanging a right and going down along that way. Do you guys want me to just like fast forward here? Do you want to talk or?
We can do a little bit of talking, fill in, do a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah. At least until maybe we get to like camp tonight.
Okay.
Because we can't walk 2 days straight.
So probably about 3
Speak
to
for
4
yourself.
hours go by, and you guys make it to the T intersection where your little road, which I forgot what it was called,
The
doesn't
Phandelver
have a
Road.
name. Yeah, Phandelver Road connects to the Tribor Trail. You have the choice of going left or right.
I whip my map out, and I'm looking at it, and I believe that we need to go right here, boys. But I'm not quite sure. Does somebody want to look at this map?
I say we flip a coin.
We flip a coin.
I say
I
we
think-
just go the way the universe tells us to go.
Which way would that be, Katos?
Well, the way
What's
that
the universe
smells,
telling you right now?
the way that smells better.
Okay, well, everybody, let's get our noses out.
Well,
and,
that way smells better. This way smells like bears. How many bears did you kill, Remus?
That's quite the story.
And what kind of bears? Did you kill any banshee bears? I've never seen a
I
banshee
hand
bear.
the
I've
map to
heard these
Tommy,
stories.
but oh, that's not one. I hand it to him upside down.
Okay.
I wanna look over the map. I'm gonna look at the map.
Yeah,
Go
not
ahead.
one. Tommy, which way do you think we should be going here? Navigation skills aren't quite clicking right now.
Can
I'm just
I
gonna-
tell that it's upside down?
Roll me a perception check.
Because if not, this is going to be amazing.
And how much is Kados distracting you right now?
Yes,
I
I'm just
assume
gonna
a lot.
point. I'm gonna-
Okay,
I'm gonna
then roll
point-
at disadvantage.
I'm gonna hover over him and point and be like, I think we need to go this way, and point at Phandelver. Obviously, the green parts are the water, right?
That's a 23.
23. Okay, so you do know that it is upside down, and since it was higher than I decided, a 15, you do locate where the town master Harbin Wester marked Wyvrn Tor on the map. You do make a right turn.
All right, I've done some thinking. Katos, just wanted to let you know that was upside down, but honestly, I feel like you'd probably be better at reading stuff upside down. So kudos to you,
To be
buddy.
honest,
We're gonna make a right
even,
turn.
I've never even looked at the map. I was just pointing at things that had names.
Katos, can you read?
Sometimes. Depends on the language.
Tommy, which way are we supposed to be
We're
going?
making a right turn.
A right turn, all right.
Yes.
And I go.
I'll give you the map back later. All right.
I read quite well in Abyssal, but not so well in some other languages.
Is that on your sheet?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, so you guys make a right-hand turn, and you continue on for another, like, 4-ish hours, and it's starting to get dark.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Chris.
No, go on.
Do we want to think about setting up camp sometime now, or do we want to press on a couple hours?
Oh, I don't care. I haven't slept in many years. Whatever floats your boat.
Yes, of course. Torak, what do you think?
Is everyone tired?
Yes.
I mean, I don't really get tired, but to each their own.
We can.
Chris,
take
is it okay that I do rules for a small
Yeah.
little personal? All right.
If, yeah, I mean, like,
Doesn't affect anybody else. It's just
No.
like personal feelings. Cool.
yeah. If you don't have a strong feeling over which thing to do, roll for it.
Cool. All right.
don't
I
bother
never
me
even
then.
Oh yeah. I'm feeling a little bit tired, and I know our good boy Tommy here, and I give him a pat on the back. Has a little trouble seeing in the dark.
Oh yeah, I'm human, so I can't see.
Tommy
Am I the
out.
only one without dark vision in this party?
Yep, because you're the human.
And in the other party, I'm always like, I have dark vision. Can I see?
And I have enhanced dark vision in this party.
Advanced darkness.
Advanced darkness.
Yeah, Remus has got a point. I can't really see that well at night, and I got a pistol, and that could be bad. So I'd be down for setting up some camp.
All right. Well,
Set up camp.
let's do that. I got us some sleeping bags here to cover for all of us. Alia, Thalia, Malia, Dralia, whoever. She, the one with the boots. Yes.
Fuck, I don't know
Kato's,
about
those were
that.
some nice boots. You missed that. What a sight to see.
I would have liked some boots because I don't have any nice boots.
Well, no,
We don't like nice boots.
These weren't your boots.
Who's wearing my boots? I've never owned a nice pair of boots.
Yeah, well, she certainly did.
Walking.
I'm gonna.
I think we should turn around and go get my boots. To be quite
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I bet Tommy would like the same thing.
What color were my boots?
I take off the sleeping bags from my back because I think I have 3 at this point.
Are you guys just making camp like on the road?
On the side of the road, I was
On
gonna.
the side of the road?
Yeah.
Roll me a
thanks.
perception check.
All right.
Tackle the tree.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, so on the northern side of the road, it's like dense vegetation. It is like thick boy trees and bushes. The southern side of the road is a little more thinned out, probably about 50 feet past like the tree line. You do notice like a small Pondishy Creek river. It's a small like body of water with a small stream running into it and out of it.
I look at the pond and I think to myself, are there like any bad things that live in water that could hurt me?
Roll me a history check.
7.
7. You do know that like in the ocean there are things like krakens and sharks, but you can't really think of anything that would be in there that would bother you.
Well, boys, I say we set up camp on this side of the road over here because there's a pond and there's definitely nothing dangerous that could come from this pond.
Can I like double check that?
Sure, roll me a history check.
So I did computer last time. Now I gotta do dice. All right, my system's flawed because that's a 4 plus. What'd you say? History. Plus 2, 6.
All right,
I can't win.
You do know that krakens live in water, and so do sharks. So you're a little skeptical of the pond.
How big is this pond?
About the size of a community pool.
Well, I think Remus is right. Well, I think we'll be fine, unless. I don't know. Yeah, nice.
I walk over and I start laying down some sleeping bags on the south side of the road, but not too close to the pond where like we're gonna wake up wet in the morning, like waking up in American Legion Post 199 in Hawthorne, New Jersey.
That was damp.
I know. But so I set down my sleeping bags, 3 of them, and I roll them out.
Okay.
And,
So the pond is about 50 feet from the road. How
say good 25 feet. Let's split the distance.
Okay, split the distance.
Yeah.
So you find a nice little alcove like around a little bit of bushes, so you guys are covered from the road, and you're not too close to the pond, you're not too far from the road. So you don't think if you're being quiet, you don't think you would be noticed by anyone on the road.
All right. I just kind of lay them down, and I'm gonna instinctually, I'm gonna go to the other side of the road and start trying to find some firewood, kindling, stuff like that. So
Survival
we can
check.
have ourselves a fire. Survival. It's always funny to me how even my meta voice kind of like half turns into Remus's.
Mhm.
I gotta stay in it. Survival. 19, 16 plus 3.
19. You do find several hunks of pretty dry wood and some dry leaves and whatnot.
All right. Well, I carry him back over, and I kind of set them in the middle of where I put all the sleeping bags, and I arrange them in a very Boy Scouty way, and
TP or
both. So we're doing the grill, and then with TP over the grill for maximum
Oh.
airflow. Huh? Yeah.
I'm gonna be
maximum.
I got this. I can set this on fire. This is a bigger target than a cigarette. I got
Yeah,
this.
here we go.
roll me a survival check.
Blow us all up. Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You strike your little striking stone, and by golly, that kindling catches like it has never seen fire before.
Excellent.
By golly, we got a fire. So now I'm gonna safely take out a cigarette and poke it in for a second and light it with the fire,
Okay.
which I'm assuming is way easier.
As long as you don't like trip and fall in, but I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Whoa!
Okay, so there is now a fire. What are you guys
Yes.
doing?
I sit down next to the fire and I do the thing, and wait a second. I do the thing, you know, rub my hands together and
Jesus.
I hold my hands up to the fire, and I just sit there. Might enjoy the moment.
Okay.
Is it cold? Is
Fires aren't generally cold.
no.
It's
I mean, the fire
This is
feels
D&D.
quite
They can
cold.
be whatever they want.
yeah. It's it is like late summer. So it's 50, low 60s.
It's about that.
So it's good fire weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of you boys know a song?
Well, I know how to start a better fire than this one. That is for sure.
Yeah. Any songs?
All I have is a deck of playing cards. Playing card set. I don't have any fun. Ooh, wait a minute, Chris. Can I make bullets?
By the fire
What?
with black powder.
Let
Well, yeah, that might be a bad
let me
idea.
look at you. You don't have
I have-
any. You have
I have
arrows.
I have Tinker's tools.
So you could make bullets out of arrowheads that would consume your arrows. Am I looking at you? Yeah, you're Tommy. But you do have Tinker's tools. I would have to go with a no, just
Okay.
because fire isn't quite hot enough to melt metal.
Oh, right. I gotta make like the castings. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So do you guys just want to like settle down and go to bed?
Chilling. Yeah.
Just chilling? Okay. So if you guys want to go to bed, give me who's sleeping and who's staying keeping watch.
I'll stay awake.
I drift off pretty fast in Zach fashion.
Okay. Kados and Tommy, you guys are going to sleep too?
Yes, I would like to lay down for several hours. That would be good.
Okay. Tommy, you're also laying down?
Yeah. Before I lay down, just be like, Torak, if you want me to get the next watch, just wake me up whenever you need, and I'll get up and watch.
Perhaps
Actually-
when September ends.
Actually, I don't have dark vision. I'll be fine. You can wake me up.
Well, I think, Tommy, it may be better for you to watch things than me because sometimes I see things and they aren't real, and it's really hard to tell which is
wake
which.
me up, wake me up. You got a good point, buddy.
So in order for all of you to get long rests, you would have to wake up 2 total people.
I mean, do any of us need a long rest? Didn't we just have one, I think?
No, but
I'm
if
already-
you go too long without a rest, then you suffer exhaustion.
Except me.
Remus, would you be willing to take a watch, or?
I'm already asleep.
Have no response.
Can me and could Torak and I just do longer? No, that wouldn't make sense. I guess. Would it?
I mean, you could also just wake up Remus when you want him to watch and see if he agrees.
You're right. All right.
All right.
I'll go with that for now. Not sure if it'll work, but I'll try.
So Torak is taking first watch. Everyone else is going to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. Is this for a short rest? Because I don't really need a long or short rest.
This is a long rest, but if you go without sleeping, you then start to suffer exhaustion.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying I don't know if I need a long rest. That'd be okay with it.
Yeah, but your long rest can be interrupted for up to an hour, so that's okay.
Okay.
You'll still get a long rest out of it.
I'm still learning.
I'm assuming short rest doesn't prevent exhaustion. It has to be a long rest.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think that's under the discretion of the DM.
Because what's exhaustion? Just
Probably carrying
one
capacity.
level of of exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks. 2 levels is your speed is halved. 3, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. 4, your hit point maximum is halved. 5, speed reduced to 0, and 6, death.
7, shit yourself.
After you died.
Dang. I guess it's pretty hard to go that long without
one final moment. Dude, what happens if we get stuck underground and we don't know what day and night is?
Like the sewers?
Good luck. By the way, some of you haven't been eating. Just gonna throw that out there.
Do we have food?
I didn't think we were doing a food system.
Rations.
Okay.
Normally I don't pay attention to it because, generally people are like, yes, I'm at the inn. I go and get breakfast.
Right.
Kind of things. But several people have.
I'm going to eat a ration while I'm awake.
Okay. You could also look for a rabbit, or are you a vegan bugbear, or are you a carnivore?
I'm a proper bugbear, okay?
Okay.
Not a wild one.
I didn't want to just slap you guys with exhaustion because you're not eating. I want to give you guys a fair warning. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think I ate the last 2 sessions.
I mean, I had some juice earlier. I am probably good for a while.
I had water.
Water's good. Okay, so everybody's sleeping except Torak. Torak, roll me a perception check.
That's a 5.
A 5?
There's a loud noise though, so I can hear, but hold on.
Okay. He said that he could hear, but he took off his headphones. So now I'm conflicted.
Did he?
Yeah.
Such
the
a
boulder
conflict.
is conflicted about fighting a small girl. But yeah, that's something that I did want to do, is give you guys I want to make it difficult. Lemon difficult. So you should eat food. That's what I'm saying.
It goes difficult, lemon, difficult.
I thought that's what I said. Difficult,
You said-
difficult, lemon.
Sorry, it sounded like glass.
You just said lemon, difficult.
Oh. Anywho, you're probably about 4 hours goes by. You don't notice anything. More like 3 hours.
Nothing tickled my toe.
Nothing tickled your toe. You hear a couple owl noises, but besides that, nothing too interesting.
That's no fun.
So what are you doing?
I am
We
sleeping.
didn't establish who was gonna go next, did we?
Tommy was next.
Tommy.
Alright, then I'm gonna go over and poke Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
Is it my turn?
Unfortunately.
Alright. Did you see anything? Hear anything?
No, but I did eat a ration.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do. I'm a little hungry. Alright.
Nothing tickled the toe.
Alright. You get some sleep. I'll let you guys know if I see or hear anything. I'll
Alert
wake
me
up.
if something tickles your toe.
I will. Okay. Alright.
Alright,
So,
Tommy.
Eat a ration.
Mm-hmm.
So do I just like click on that to get rid of it, I guess?
Sure.
So, ration. Oh, I have 10 of them.
There you go.
Shit. I want to remove one. No, not get myself. Oh, I'm an idiot. Just
So, roll me a perception check.
21.
21. So, probably about an hour, maybe 2 hours goes by, and you start hearing, like, this whistling sound. And kind of gets louder and louder, and all of a sudden, this huge gust of wind just sweeps over your camp, extinguishing the fire, almost knocking you over. Like, trees are swaying with this, and as you're kind of looking around, you see this massive figure zoom right over your head and continue off towards the east.
It went away?
It went away.
I don't know if that tickled me. Can I wait a little bit more?
Sure.
Okay. Well, do I have to do another check?
Yeah, give me another perception check.
I'm gonna regret not waking him up because I was tickled. That's a 14.
14. The other, like, hour and a half of your shift goes by. Nothing too interesting. Did you want to relight the fire? Or are you sitting there in the dark? Okay,
Yeah,
roll me a survival check.
Yeah, I was like... be a good idea. That's a 19.
19. You throw a couple more logs on there, and you strike your striking stone, and it does light. And nothing else interesting happens. There's some owl noises, some birds, the occasional coyote yip.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna poke Remus, like, lightly with my foot and be like, alright, man, it's your turn. Hey, I know you're tired. You gotta get a wash in. Also, nothing happened, but I heard some whistling, and then something like flew above us.
What, like
It was
like a bird?
a big bird because it put out the fire, but it flew away to the east. It hasn't come back.
The east, huh? Alright. I sit up and just crown east. I'm gonna
Big bird.
yeah, and I assume my watch.
Okay, so Tommy, you're going to bed?
Yeah.
Alright. Remus, roll me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be an 8.
An 8?
Yep.
Okay. So, probably the sun just starts to come up, and, you notice your backpack is missing.
Shit. I stand up. I spring to action. I'm like, where the fuck did my backpack go? And I looking around, and I'm gonna do a circle, like a 10-foot radius circle around the camp, and see if I can find my backpack or see signs in my backpack.
Roll me a survival check. Or investigation, whichever's better.
20.
20?
30.
You find some weird, like, pokey marks in the ground, and, a drag mark going towards the lake pond.
Damn. I look over at the boys. Do I notice anything is missing from their stuff?
No, nothing seems to be missing.
Shit. All right. Well, this is a quandary. Do I wake the boys up to assist me with retrieving my package, or do I go off solo? I go off solo.
You're gonna leave us vulnerable?
Preserve the party.
Preserve? Okay. You're leaving us out for fresh meat.
Yeah. Well, Chris, I walk towards the pond.
Okay, so you're following the trail?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you walk probably another, 10 feet around the bush, and roll me a perception check. 13. Okay. There's two large rocks, probably belly height. They appear to have legs.
Rock bears.
And they are messing with your backpack.
Hey, what the fuck? Get away from my there backpack. And I reach. They have my bag. I don't have anything to throw at them. I throw shade at them.
So with your hootin' and hollering, the one doesn't seem to care. Roll me an intimidation check.
Not one.
Okay. So they don't give a shit.
I'm gonna run up and try to kick the closest one to me.
Roll an unarmed attack for me.
This is what happens when a rogue
dear
tries
Lord.
to intimidate someone.
Oh, baby. That is an 18 plus. I don't know what an unarmed plus would be.
It's +3, but you hit it.
Okay.
Roll damage, which is a D4 halved.
A D4 halved.
For an unarmed strike?
Yeah.
1 and 1/2 damage.
So you got a 2?
I got a 3.
You got 3.
Chris.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you know what? We'll just do full damage.
All right.
So you kick this thing, and it is hard. You're pretty sure that you hurt your toes a little bit, and it kind of flushes over to the side, and then all of its legs kind of flutter around and look at you. And now, looking at the front of this creature, they are giant crabs.
Giant crabs.
I would like you to roll initiative.
You got it. All right. I got a 17. Fuck you, crabs.
Okay. So you will be going first.
Yep. Listen, crabs, this ain't the
how's
first
the
time I
character
had you
die?
guys up in my shit.
Oh.
All right. So the closest crab to me, I pull out. I never took off my belt, and I pull out my talons.
Okay.
And I'm like swish, 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 and I'm gonna go for an attacky on the first one.
Okay. Roll
The
me
one
an
that's
attack.
closest to me. You got it. That's gonna be a 20.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alrighty. With the Black Hawk talons, that is 1d4 plus 6 plus 1. 1d4 plus 6. Yes. Okay.
Math. Yo, my strength is so bad that if I do an unarmed strike, it's 0
8 damage on my first strike, Chris.
8 damage. All right. So you slap this thing, and you give it the good old stabby, and you manage to kind of go in between two of the chitin pieces, and the dagger just slips in just all the way, and you pull it out, and the crab is still alive. It does not look happy at you.
I know. I go for my second attack with my other daggy, and
Okay.
I rolled a 11.
11. So
are you trying to find us a snack?
You're still
You're
asleep,
not awake.
aren't you?
Yes, the answer is yes.
We
Just
are.
keep
Okay.
going.
So, because he didn't wake you, he just went off on his own to fight these crabs. So this second attack, you go to stab it in the face, and it ducks a little bit, and your blade just bounces off of its shell.
Get fucked, crab. What now?
So was that your
That
main
was
hand
mine.
and then offhand?
Yes.
You do have extra attack now because you're level 5.
Well, no, that is. Oh wait. Oh
Yeah, you can use both. So you can technically hit 4 times
Wait,
if you roll
extra
well.
attack. I don't think I have extra attack. It doesn't say I have extra attack.
Everyone should have extra attack.
I don't think.
I also don't see extra attack.
Yeah, no, I do not have extra attack, Chris.
Didn't you guys see it?
It'll
or-
say it at the top of
Actions?
Oh, attacks per action 1.
Yep.
Oh.
No, I don't
Oh.
get extra attack.
Where does it say this? Where
not
does it
every
say this?
not every
Right.
class
Oh,
in
nope,
Race
nope.
gets
I
that.
didn't get it either. Nope. I'm a
Yeah.
sorcerer.
Yeah. I do not have extra attack. Therefore,
Okay. So there are your 2 attacks. So with that, the crab that you just shanked is going to reach out with its claw and try to grab your leg. That is a 4.
Does not hit.
Am I awake or in bed?
You're in bed.
Okay.
we sleep.
Chris, by the way, for the future, unarmed strikes are 1 plus your strength modifier.
Oh,
There's not an attack roll for it. I mean, not a
Okay.
damage roll.
the more you know.
Yeah.
So that's it for that crab. The second crab kind of scuttles up to you over your backpack. Is going to make a chomp at you. That is a dirty 20.
Oh, that'll hit.
That will hit. Okay. So you
It tickled your big toe.
Yeah.
tickle your big toe. So that will be 6 damage,
Ow.
and you are now grappled.
Grappled, huh?
Mhm.
Wow, that sure does suck.
Yep. So it now has control over your leg. You are grappled by the crab.
How big is this crab?
Giant.
It's large. It's about like almost. It's a little
Is this
over
like-
belly height, like almost to chest height. So
Chris,
it's probably.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm pissed about this fucking crab.
Is this
Okay.
like a Japanese spider
And
crab
I'm
kind of
going
thing?
to,
This big.
I'm gonna use my insightful fighting, and I'm gonna make an insight check against this very intelligent crab.
Okay, the one that has you grappled or the one that you
Yes,
stabbed?
the one that has me grappled. I'm very
Okay.
cross with it right now.
Okay, roll me whatever that is.
Or this
Insight
big.
check. Plus insight. That is a 19. 16 plus 3.
Well, you beat it with a -3,
Hey!
so you now have advantage on attack rolls against the crab that is
Absolutely. I also
grappled
can
to you.
I also can sneak attack now,
Mhm.
which is the real deal. Which I get now because I'm level 5. I get 3d6 damage for a sneak attack.
Ooh, look at you!
All right. So
Turning into Skyrim.
for normal damage, I get
Or this big.
Your attack roll
the attack roll. I apologize.
at advantage.
Yeah.
Coconut crabs are terrifying.
I got a
by the
24,
way.
Chris.
24 will hit.
All right. So that is 2 plus 6 is 8 plus 1 is 9 plus 3d6. I deal 20 damage. No, wait. No, wait. I did my math wrong. 9 plus 14 is 23 damage.
You go right
that's
between
taking that
its little stalks of its eyeballs, and you just stab it right in the face, and your fist actually like goes through this crab's shell of its face, and the crab lets go of your arm and falls limp.
And I go to the other crab because I imagine it's still pretty close to me. I haven't been running around. And I'm going to go for my second attack
Okay.
on this crab. And I'm going to roll a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
And I do not have sneak on this one, but I do another.
Do.
1 + 6 + 1 is 8 damage.
Okay. 8 damage. So again, you go to stab this crab and
Stab the crab.
stab it right next to its face, right next to where you stabbed the other one, and the crab lets out this little noise and falls limp.
Nice. And just for good measure, I'm gonna kick the crab, but I'm gonna kick it on its bottom side so it doesn't hurt my foot, just to kind of,
Roll an unarmed strike.
All right. Well, I mean it's 12. I got a 12.
You kick.
I kick the crab. And I go to this crab, and I pick my shit back up. And do I notice, Chris? Is there anything missing from my bag?
They have eaten most of your rations.
You bitches. Shit. Well, that's fine. I only had 1 ration. Oh no. I had 5 rations. How many do I have left?
You have 1 ration left.
I have 1 ration left. Shit. All right. Chris.
What?
These crabs. Do they appear appetizing?
Roll me a nature check.
5.
5? You know that you have eaten crab before?
Uh-huh.
Don't know what kind of crab.
No.
But these are crabs.
Well, great. I'm gonna take the crab that I did not kick. I'm
Okay.
gonna pick him up.
Roll me a strength check. This is a big animal.
Don't care. 15.
15. You get it like most of the way up, but part of it is still dragging on the ground.
Then I hunch over and I'm gonna drag it back to the campfire.
Okay, so you drag this crab back to the campfire.
And let's see if I know how to cook a crab. It's not good.
A survival check?
I did nature. Maybe.
Or nature.
About animals.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
A 13. Like most things, you know that if you put it over fire, it generally cooks.
Excellent. Well, I take my crab and I put it on top of the fire.
The crab is larger than the fire.
Well, and
there's a reason why it's called a giant crab.
Yeah, and out of my out of my bag, I have a flask of oil. And I'm gonna dump a little bit of oil on top of this crab.
Okay.
And I get out my tinder box, and I'm gonna strike her up.
Okay, you ignite the oil, and it is an on fire dead crab.
Excellent. I sit down in my sleeping bag, and I wait.
Okay. How long are you waiting?
Until the moment seems right.
Okay. So, probably about 20 minutes go by, and roll me a perception check.
Okay. 15.
15? So, you hear a whistling as you're admiring your possible feast.
That means it's done. But wait, how do I get this thing off of here? It's probably really hot.
That shit's dope, yo.
Boy, oh boy.
The whistling continues to get louder.
Uh-oh.
And the wind starts picking up.
The wind?
The wind
That's
starts
weird.
picking up.
Hey.
And overhead, you see a massive white figure just zoom overhead, and it has something like clutched that kind of looks like a wagon in its grasp, and it zooms past you, and you notice that it gets quite a bit colder.
That's weird.
Gandalf the Babe.
And your crab was extinguished.
Oh. Sad. Well, I'm puzzled by the thing that flew over. But I'm gonna wait until our gentlemen wake back up if nothing of emergency happens.
Okay.
And I'll continue my watch.
Okay. It has now sufficiently been, however, it's been a long rest so you can all go ahead and click long rests, and you can wake up at your own discretion.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody waking up?
I am going to wake up.
Okay.
I'm also going to wake up.
So you guys awaken to a rather awful smell. Kind of like burned skin almost. And,
Do I see that Remus is awake?
You do see that Remus is awake as he's kind of like hunched over this blackish mound with a dagger out. And that's what you awaken to.
Remus, did you poo?
Remus, why does it smell like the portals to the demons have opened up again?
It's
Because
breakfast.
that's what we were going for.
It
Whatever
smells like
breakfast you are making, it smells like roast demon.
Breakfast.
Have you ever had the roast demon? It is not very appetizing. Very ashy.
I found a fine bounty during my watch.
What did you find?
Found some giant crabs. They stole my bag, and I sought my revenge.
It smells like shit.
How
haven't
many
really-
crabs, how many crabs did you find?
I found 2, but I decided just to cook one because the other one didn't deserve to get cooked.
Remus, I
But-
don't think you are a very good cook.
Well, they don't call me Remus the cook guy. They call me Remus the bear slayer.
Then why did you try and cook things if all you're good at is killing blight bears?
Sometimes you got to diversify there, Katos.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so
Have you ever seen a cyclops bear? Because they're very dangerous. They have one eye, but it's very big.
wow. Well, I was just about to try to carve into this bad lad here. Does anybody want to?
I will pass. I think I will go find some fruits.
So you two are awake. Tommy, you up yet?
Yeah,
Remus says.
Yeah, I'm awake. Is the fire out? as
Fire
well?
is
Like,
out.
Remus, did you put this out, or did you tend to this, or like was it put out again? Like I tried to do?
Well, funny story. I went hunting during my my tenure as a watchman.
Yeah, good job watching. You know, when you're a watchman, you're like supposed to watch
Well, I
people,
mean,
not kind of go off and.
listen, the damn crap stole my bag, and I had to, seek revenge. I got my bag back, and I even, fried up some crab. But by the time I got back, the fire was out and all that. So I decided to cook this here fine specimen.
Did
but
it get
you
real
remember-
windy again?
Yeah, I was about to get to that. You remember when you told me about windy and then maybe something flying overhead?
Yeah, I do.
Same thing happened to me. Something big and white. Looked like it was carrying, I don't know, like a wagon, carriage or something like that. And man, did it get cold.
It was probably just some birds carrying some sticks that flew very close to your head.
Yeah, that's what happens all the time. Birds fly by and then it gets really, really cold.
Well,
That
lots of
happens
birds
every day.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes birds can make it cold.
Yeah. You got birds like that in your little purple land there, Kato?
Oh no, there was no birds there. Just lots of lizards. I didn't know what to do
Oh,
with the
they're
lizards.
lizards now. Lizard
So,
people.
no, the people are just regular purple people, but there was lots of lizards
Just
there.
regular
So,
purple people, not
we-
the weird purple people.
we
Just
just
the regular
decided-
ones.
Was there
I
a one-eyed,
told-
one-horned
I told
flying
them
purple people
to-
eater?
I told them to go ahead and eat the purple lizards,
Uh-huh.
and then they liked that. The lizards were very good.
Bet
The
they
lizards
did.
were quite a problem before I showed up. They're very big, and they were kind of eating everybody.
Well, it's morning. I think we need to get a move on. But Tommy, let's keep a watchful eye.
Yeah. Torak didn't see anything, but definitely should keep our wits about us.
I don't see any problems.
I quit thinking about carving up the crab. I've come to the conclusion that this is a bad idea, and I roll up my bag and stash everything and get ready for a day's walk.
Katos, roll me a investigation. No, a survival check.
3.
3, you wander not too far from the campsite for a little bit, and you find a deceased crab and some wild berries. They're purple in color.
They're just purple.
They're just purple berries on a bush.
You know all about purple, though, so...
I'm gonna put a bunch of those berries in a little sack thing.
In my butt.
Okay. So you can mark a sack of berries on your character sheet.
Let's see. How do I add things? I forget every time.
I have no idea.
Manage equipment. That's how you do it. Add items.
So while that is happening, anybody else doing anything?
I'm standing here like this, with my hands on my bag straps. Jesus.
Okay.
No, I think I'm good.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing.
All right. So Kados returns with a little sack, and you guys are free to do what you will. Josh, you're muted.
If anybody wants to eat a sack of berries, I found a bunch of berries out in the woods. They are purple. They look very tasty. And there was also a dead crab next to the berries, and they smelled quite fishy.
What kind of berries are they?
Well, they're purple. That's all I know.
Oh, so you didn't think to check them out?
No, but would you like to eat some? I think they're berries. What could go wrong?
Why don't you show me some of them berries there, Kados?
I'm gonna open the sack and show Remus the berries.
All right,
Okay.
Chris, may I
Make me a nature
check?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Nature is 16 plus 2, 18.
18. So you pretty quickly identify these berries as berries belonging to the white jade bush, which
Poisonous.
is known to be poisonous.
Is this just
Hey.
Avatar D&D?
Hey, Kados, these berries, they're poisonous. You know that, right?
No, I just found some purple berries and thought, oh, these are beautiful. We could eat those.
I would not eat those if I were you. In fact, I would very much not eat those. I would, never even touch one of them, to be honest.
Do you want them then?
No.
Oh. What should I do with my sack of berries?
Try to feed them to one of the orcs. I don't know.
Do you think I could feed them to Torak? What do you think would happen?
Why don't you go find out?
I think this is a good idea.
So, Torak, you overhear this conversation, and Kados approaches you holding out a sack of berries.
Torak,
I'm gonna
I found
grab
these
the bag.
berries, but Remus doesn't like them, but you can do what you want with them.
I'm gonna fake eat the whole thing.
How do you fake eat a bag of berries?
Turn to the side and
Do a deception check.
See if Kados falls for it.
Kados, are
No,
you
Torak.
actively watching him, or are you passively?
Yeah, I'm handing him these berries.
Okay, so roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
What was your roll, Brandon?
16.
Oh,
That's a 17 for me.
17. So you do notice that berries are dropping on the floor behind Torak. On the ground, I guess is what it's called outside.
Torak, you've dropped your berries. I don't think you've done a very good job of eating them. Where you come from? Did your parents teach you how to eat things? It's supposed to go in your face hole.
I don't eat berries
Then why did you take my berries?
because they're poisonous. I was trying to make a joke.
According to Remus, what does Remus know?
I heard that. You're like 5 feet away from me.
More than you.
I don't care.
So I think right there is a good spot to take our pee break, our snack break. Come back at 9:30.
Yeah.
2. Got it.
I was gonna say 31, but then I figured Josh would be late, so then I said 30.
I'll be back in time. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Be back in a little bit.
Let's
All right.
hit that Tribor Trail.
So you guys are awake? You're all packed up and ready to go? You go?
I am good for go.
Oh fuck, you not good go?
I am good go.
Remus good go?
I'm good. It was a real life. Oh fuck, not a game. Oh fuck.
So
Is Captain Wex good to go?
he disappeared. He's on a ship somewhere. So you guys make your way back out to the road and you start heading east. Probably about an hour and a half. Anyone who cares, roll me a perception check.
I do not care.
Natural 1.
I now care. You made me care, Morty.
14.
14? 18. Torak, are you rolling a perception check?
Sure.
11.
11. Okay, so you guys kind of round the corner, and Tommy and Remus, you guys notice that the trees on the right-hand side of the road, or south side, along this corner, the tops are like knocked off. And you come around the corner, and in the middle of the road, the ground is just like torn up, and there is the front half of a cow or an ox, along with various wooden pieces in ice.
Where's the back?
What? Hey guys,
Yes, what is up?
there's like a cow, or what's left of it.
Have you never seen a cow before, Remus?
Not one that's frozen in ice,
Oh, you see, usually they're four-legged animals that go moo-moo.
and not fro.
No fro-fro, just moo-moo.
Well, does anybody else think this is weird?
Now, did one of you freeze a cow?
Torak thinks it's weird. Well, I didn't freeze no cow. I don't think Tommy did either, and you certainly didn't.
That was in character. Anyway.
I've met some interesting people over the years, and some people just freeze things like cows. You never know.
Yeah, well, excellent. Chris, I'm gonna approach the cow.
Okay. How close are you getting to the cow?
It's 10 feet.
10 feet? Okay. Are you investigating? Or are you perceptioning?
Yes. I mean, we'll do an investigation.
Okay. So investigate. What are you investigating for?
Why?
Why? Okay. Okay.
Why frozen cow?
Yeah. Let's just say it was investigation.
Mhm.
16 plus 5 is 21.
Okay. So you start to get up closer to this cow, and you notice along the northern side of the road, kind of at a slight angle from the cow, the ice extends off into the tree line, probably 50 to 60 feet away from like the beginning of where this ice starts, and the trees are just encrusted with ice along that slight area. It's probably 30 feet along the edge of the road, and the probably from mid rib cage back on this cow is just gone. Like, it is evident that something. And the interesting thing is that it appears that it was removed after the cow was frozen.
So there's no blood or anything.
There's no blood or anything like that. It's starting to kind of like thaw, but it was definitely frozen when this half was removed. There is evidence of a wagon. There are 2 wagon wheels. One is broken in half. You do find a couple gold and silver on the ground, approximately 27 gold and 13 silver.
Yep, I take them. I take them. 27 gold and 13 silver.
And you also find half of a green cloak.
Half a green cloak. All right, that I will not pick up. I call. I look back to the boys and I go, "Hey, why don't y'all come up here and stand here with me.
What is the problem?
Just get up here.
Okie dokie.
I walk up.
Okay.
What about you, Tommy?
I'll walk up.
Tommy, remember our little visitor in the night?
Yeah.
Something tells me that this is the work of that. And,
Yeah, I don't know what to think, and I don't like it.
I don't know what it is, but
It's
if
gotta
you
be
look
big.
past this cow here, there's a little path leading to some,
No.
Fortress of Solitude type deal.
Remus,
Wait a
did you
minute.
get hungry?
You think the crabs froze the cow?
Yes, I think the crabs froze the cow.
Because
sure it
this
wasn't your
wind,
snack?
the wind happens all the time, but all we saw was some crabs.
Yeah.
I don't think I know any crabs that can freeze cows.
Do we follow the path of ice?
What did you say, Brandon? I couldn't hear you.
Or
Nothing.
do we continue on our road and ignore this grave threat?
I mean, if it's like a frost dragon, we ain't doing that.
Or Wyvern? We're supposed to be going to something Wyvern. Something.
Where are we going again? I thought we were going back to a different place.
That is about the most vague thing you could say, Katos.
Well, I thought there was orcs and bears, and I have seen no orcs
It's in a place
and
called
no
something
bears,
Cove.
and I am very confused as to why you've been fighting orcs and bears, and all I see is frozen cows.
All right. Guys, judging by the evidence presented before us, I think this may be our path forward.
You think we need to go find more frozen cows?
Yes, Katos, I think we need to find more frozen cows.
But what will that lead to us to? All it is frozen cows. It's very cold over there. I am not a fan of the cold.
Tommy, you saw it first. You think it was a wyvern or a dragon or something like that?
I think there's definitely got to be something like that. Got to be big to do that to a cow.
Well, I mean, the name of the place we're going, it has the name Wyvern in it, so I think maybe, as much as it pains me to say it, I think we gotta follow this trail.
Whatever floats your boat, really.
What do you think, Torak?
I say we follow the trail.
Fuck.
All right. Well,
I draw my daggers. And I am going to embark on the trail in the same manner that Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli entered the lair of the cursed men in Return of the King.
So
The
where are
undead.
you going?
You said there was a trail leading towards the woods of ice.
Yes.
That's the trail.
Okay.
I'm
So
following the
are
ice
you
trail.
following like the side of it, or are you walking down the ice?
I'm not gonna walk down the ice now. I'm gonna...
Okay. So
Yeah.
you are you all following?
yeah.
Okay.
In the
Yes.
same fashion, I'm going to whip out my gun and slip to the crevice.
Okay. So you guys get to the tree line and you start making your way in, and the ice seems to dissipate.
I look up. What do I see?
You see the sky and trees.
Is there anything in the sky?
No.
Eyes to the sky, boys.
So now what are you doing?
I'm gonna continue on my path of demise.
You said the ice is gone, right?
Yes. So you're gonna keep marching north.
Can I, like,
To the
do
north.
something to the brush to, like, mark where we were?
Sure.
If we, like, want to backtrack?
What do you want to do to the brush?
I don't know. Is there, like, big, thick bushes around us?
Yeah, there are all kinds of bushes. Small bushes, medium bushes, large bushes. Some really small bushes. Some with no bushes.
Some with the landing strip.
I'll just, like, take out my rapier and, like, shave, like, a whole half of a bush. And, like, I don't know. Can you just let me mark it? I don't know what to do.
So as you're walking along, you're
in the bush, like.
Yeah, you're gonna chop a bush.
With a rapier. Which one pointy?
Or can I like do something to the ground?
I'll say
What, are you
that
gonna make a Z in the ground like a Zorro?
You make X's in the sides of the trees on your way by.
That's better because I have axes.
I feel like I missed something in your whole description of the original crime scene.
You definitely did.
I did, because when you said trail of ice, I was like, yes.
Well,
backtrack.
Roll.
You're playing with idiots.
Yeah, roll a history.
Think back.
Roll a nature check.
Can we?
17.
Yeah, and anyone who wants to try to figure out what did this,
8.
Roll a nature check. 17. Josh, you're muted.
I'm gonna roll a nature check.
I got a 9.
9.
5.
Okay, so our highest was a 17. So Remus, you do recall that certain dragons have breath attacks. There's fire dragons, there's acid dragons, there's poison dragons, there's ice dragons.
Don't forget the regular fire dragons.
I already said fire dragons.
I wasn't listening.
There you go. So, judging that the probably about 10 feet away from where the cow was on the south side, and the fact that the area of effect gets bigger towards the north, it would appear as though if this were to be a dragon, it would have landed, blasted this with ice breath, and that's why it's frozen to the north. A trail of ice being, or a path of ice meaning like...
I understand.
Yeah, it's a...
Alright. With this recollection, I sprint away, back to the road. I don't say anything to anybody, I just run back to the road.
Roll me a nature check to make sure you remember where the road is.
It's a 13.
13. Okay. You run at kind of like an angle, so you pop out probably like 30 feet west of where the cow wagon area was.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're there. Did anyone follow Remus out of the woods?
I followed Remus out of the woods.
Why did he run away?
They're already gone.
I think maybe it was the Yetis.
Who were you talking to?
None of your business.
Ooh.
So you guys get back out to the road, and what
I will
is
also
your...
go to the road.
Okay. So now all 4 of you are out at the road. It takes Kados a little bit because he did not go running to the road. What are you doing?
Does anybody want to eat the cow?
I'm deeply disturbed by these events.
It's freeze dried and ready to go. We just have to cook it, and it is free dinner.
We are in grave danger.
I think Remus is okay. That was his snack earlier.
I mean, if you want to keep moving, we can keep moving. This is no problem.
I think we need to move and get away from here as fast as possible.
Okie dokie, so let us go.
Which way?
The way that we did not come from.
The east on the Tribor Trail. And with haste.
Some haste. Don't get too hasty now.
No. These creatures move with hate. Yeah, I forget what the line is. God damn it.
Haste makes waste.
What is it he says? God damn it. What is it? When they're tracking
they
the
move
orcs.
as if they're the whips of their masters.
Something gives these creatures haste.
Yeah. Some evil gives these creatures haste.
Yes, that's it. Some evil gives these creatures haste.
Some evil gives this creature haste. We must move.
Okay, so you guys are heading east on the Triboar Trail?
Towards the Gap of Rohan, yes.
Okay, so you guys move to the east, probably about 40 to 45 minutes, and everyone roll me perception checks.
I'm not rolling well tonight. Okay.
20. Nah.
22.
17.
11.
Okay, so everyone except Kados, you kind of look around, and you probably to your southwest by quite a bit, you do see a large, like, snow-capped mountain, and you're kind of admiring the mountain range, and you, Remus and Tommy especially, kind of go, I bet we should probably go south now.
That's the one.
Not the ice-covered one, but, like, there is a thing on your map called Ice Spire Peak, and Wyvrn Tor is to the east of that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I knew that because...
That's the way things are.
I'm very directionally powerful.
Jesus Christ.
He's got a great sense of left and right.
By the way, the actual quote is, some evil gives speed to these creatures, sets its face against us.
Yeah.
So the word haste was never used.
Never used.
It was will, not haste.
Yeah.
Great.
But
Okay.
anyway,
That's what you do.
I say, something tells me that it is south that we must go. I remember seeing a map once. I lost that map long ago.
Tommy handed it back to you.
Yeah.
Who said that?
God.
What the fuck?
We're breaking Chris tonight. It's like, I give them everything they need, and they're so fucking stupid.
Hey, it's Kados' towel. Gosh, I pull out the map. Go, yes, south. Ice Spire Peak. That's the one, you can tell, because of the ice spire on the peak.
So we are going towards the very cold mountain?
Yes.
You know it's cold.
Yeah.
Roll me a history check.
5.
We need a
5.
card.
You believe that you are
It's a
supposed to go to Ice Spire Peak.
Are we all supposed to roll or just Remus?
Do you guys believe him?
I believe him. I have no
holding up the
idea. I
map.
thought we were on the mission to kill bears.
I'll believe him.
Okay.
Which I have still seen no bears.
I know I got my directions down pretty pat, but somebody else maybe want to lead the way.
I mean, I can lead the way, but I don't really know where
Does
we're
somebody
going.
who's not Kados want to lead the way? Tommy Torak, please.
Let me take a look at that.
You got it, Remus.
Yeah, I toss the map over, and it falls flat on the ground.
All right.
What is that?
Roll me an investigation check as or a perception check when you're looking at this map.
Oh shit, boys. I rolled a 4, but I have inspiration.
I would do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. What did you roll, Zach?
Sadly.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that. So investigation. Oh, wait.
Or perception, whichever is better.
We'll do perception, but that was weird. It looked like a nat 1 was on top, but it's telling me 7? I don't know how that worked.
Just go by whatever it calculated
It
as.
calculated as a 7, and I'll do perception, which is +6, so that's 13?
13.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you realize that the map is in fact upside down.
Kendrick, it should be adding those things into your rolls for you.
It is, but I'm
Like, if
saying when I
If you
rolled
click
it.
on an investigation check, boom.
No, yeah, that's what I'm doing. What I'm saying is, it looked like the 1 was what it was, like it was on the top, but it calculated it as I rolled a 7. Because
that's like 1 plus 6.
No, but it said 7 plus my modifier.
Oh.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't say 1 plus 6.
Maybe you don't know what a 1 looks like. Maybe it was a 7.
I'm going to go with it was a 7. So you are now reading the map correctly. Give me a history check at advantage because you can see the words on the map.
14.
So something's telling you that Wyvrn Tor is where you're supposed to go, not Icespire Peak.
Yeah, Wyvrn Tor. Yeah, that's
Oh man,
isn't it? Yeah, I think. Yeah. Well, some's telling me we gotta go to this Wyvrn Tor place, not this ice bullshit. Sorry, Rebus. It was upside down again. So I guess follow me.
They don't call me Remus the map reader.
Unless Torak, unless you want maybe third time's the charm.
no thanks.
Okay. Well, let's hope this works out.
All right, so
Let's go.
roll me a survival check.
Remember how somebody sent that meme about all this lore and shit you write out and then none of it gets used because we all fuck it up?
Yep.
I feel like we're wrestling his jimmies right now.
But in a good way.
I got an 8.
Like he's getting a little tickled. You know?
We're stressing him out.
I don't
You
think
said-
we are, because the
No.
longer we dilly-dally, the more time he has to scheme.
True. You said survival?
I actually, this side of the map, I'm pretty good on now. Yes, survival.
Is this everybody?
Am I rolling?
Yeah, sure. Mostly the guy with the map who's leading you on your quest, but the rest of you can also roll if you really
Well,
want
I
to.
am going to survive because I got a 19.
I got a 23.
I survived way
I
hard.
got an 8.
I got a 4. I got a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not good on survivaling.
So, you guys walk probably about like a half an hour, and the trees start thinning out, and there starts to be these rocky hill areas. They're not, I wouldn't call them mountains, but they are hills with a plethora of rock. And as you continue kind of weaving between these hills, they start getting more and more craggier, more mountainside, kind of sheer cliff kind of deal.
Do I see any footprints in the dirt?
Give me a
other than
perception
ours?
check.
18.
18. You don't.
Okay.
You do notice, however, that in the distance, pretty much directly to your south, there is a slight trail of smoke.
Has anybody seen the smoke in the distance?
Well, I didn't roll a perception check, so no,
But
I
I
haven't
think,
seen any smoke lately there, Katos.
Maybe those
but-
bears you were hunting are making a fire out in the forest.
I now see that there is smoke in the distance with my 16 of a perception check. I go, yes, smoke.
So what do you think is over there? Should we go towards there, or should we go away from there?
I'm guessing there's probably a fire. If there's smoke.
That is where smoke comes from.
My
Very
granddad always
astute of
told
you,
me
Remus.
where there's smoke, there's fire.
That is a very good piece of knowledge you have. Yes, you are correct. There's probably, I would be willing to bet all of my money I don't have, that there is a fire over there.
You know what I bet, Katos?
What do you bet?
I bet some of them bears made a fire.
You bet the bears made a fire?
You know, I've been around the world. I've slain a lot of bears, and the worst ones.
The
made
worst.
big
But you
fire.
killed the worst bears, or the
Am
worst
I-
bears?
can I
that
hear
fired?
this?
Yes.
Remus, what are you talking about?
I just shoot Torak a look of.
Roll
Let me
persuasion check.
Yeah.
Six.
6. Torak, you can do with that 6 what you will.
I don't know what this means.
So you shoot to look back at him.
You know, Remus the Bear Slayer, Tommy, the bane of bears.
You know, Remus, you must be careful with the bears. They frequently travel single file to hide their numbers.
The sand people.
I should have let you guys go. Let's go off to the north.
We should have went to the north. It died to a frost trap. Everybody roll another character, please.
I think we broke our DM.
Oh my god.
Christopher broke it for the last half hour.
Oh boy.
Well, hey,
Oh god.
all bears aside there, Katos. And I turned around to the other boys and said, there's some smoke ahead, and I think it'd be best if I kind of sneak ahead, me being the sneaky one, and see if I can get some, eyes on the prize. See what's going
Or,
on.
we just sprint at them full speed and see what happens.
What's your stealth?
Plus 11.
I'm second stealthy.
Yeah, but I'm first stealthy. Chris, what color is the ground? Chris, what color is the ground?
The ground is brown.
Brown.
It's brown and gray. Because rocks and dirt.
I didn't know if we were in the land.
The ground
of
is
snow.
brown.
We're heading into the mountains. I didn't know if there was snow yet. Okay, well, I turned my
We're
cloak
not going
around.
towards the icy thing anymore. We're
Oh,
going towards
man.
Wyvrn Tour or whatever.
I just went up the mountains, so I think it's snow.
Alright,
It's brown.
Tommy's gonna roll and see if his brain explodes from internal confusion and dies.
Tommy's a
13, do I die? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna turn my cloak brown
Okay.
to camouflage. And I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna move towards the smoke at like an angle and see.
I'm gonna follow him.
No, you're not. You stay right there.
If he tries to, I'm gonna grab. What is he wearing? Just like a shirt?
That's a roll. That's a roll.
Mhm.
So one, that's a roll to grab. So roll an unarmed attack.
So, is that what you say it was,
Strength.
Zach? Plus your
Do I roll to contest this?
You don't. You're
You
facing
don't.
like the strength thing at the top where like all
Yeah,
your stats.
it's just roll a d20, add your strength modifier
You got it.
because it's a
8.
melee attack.
You got an 8?
No, I was gonna say 18, but it says 5.
If it's
So-
flush it down.
there.
Ah,
So that gives you a total of what?
5.
5.
Okay.
So
You're like total.
you go to grab Kados, and as you go and extend your
Miss.
arm, you trip over your own foot and fall on your face, missing Kados.
Now Tommy's brown.
Now, Tommy, your front half is brown. At least it's not your back half.
In real life, it is so.
So, Kados has now caught up to Remus, who is looking at him,
I want to
pointing
trail
at
him.
him.
I want to trail him.
He's like 10 feet away from you, looking at you.
Fine.
Keep a 10-foot distance.
Hey, Katos. Just give,
What do you want?
just give me a second. Shh. Run up ahead. I'm sneaky. And you're not.
I
And
can be
don't-
sneaky.
Don't say this whole like, well, I am pretty sneaky there, Remus. You're just like,
I can be pretty sneaky, Like, I just have to walk and do things, and I am sneaky. See? Watch, and I'm going to walk
Where?
towards wherever he was going.
I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. And
Okay.
I'm gonna let him walk.
So, you guys are in the middle of a narrow canyon.
Mm-hmm.
So you really only have one direction that you can go.
Through the canyon,
Through the canyon.
Yeah,
it's probably 15 to 30 feet wide, depending on the range. And Kados is now walking away from you down this canyon.
Let me know what you see down there, Kados.
So far, all I see is rocks. Are you making fun of me?
I can no longer hear him. He just sounds like he's like walking away from me now. Here, I just don't say anything.
Okay.
I guess me and Torak are just chilling. So, am I allowed to snap to us really quick?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at Torak and be like, "What the fuck is with this guy? Why?"
Which one?
Please for the Gatos. Please forget. Don't ever mention that grab. I kind of whiffed on that. Let's not.
I don't know how you missed so bad.
Hey man, I'm small man. You're a big man. I guess we don't need to talk about that part. We don't need to talk about that. What I want to know is what the fuck is with this guy.
So, by this point, Kados has gotten probably like 70 feet away. Everyone make me perception checks.
Okay. 10.
Or investigation checks, whichever is better.
Hold up, phone call.
In that case, 15.
Okay.
As an 18.
Okay.
My modifier.
Tommy?
Oh shit! Sorry. What am I rolling?
Perception or
Perception check.
investigation? For you, I'd recommend perception.
Yeah, that's a 19.
Okay, so all of you kind of look at Kados, and then you look above Kados, and you see the smoke. And the smoke is pretty far away. It's not like right there. It's probably another like hour and a half to 2 hour walk.
And he's, what do you say, he's like 70 feet
He's
away
like
from
70
us?
feet away from you at this point.
Is that yelling range?
Yeah.
Before I yell, I'm gonna look at Torak and be like, do you think he realizes like that smoke is way far away?
Probably not. But if you yell, whatever's down there will probably hear us. We are in a canyon.
What if that alarms something else?
That's the point. Don't yell.
Why don't you like do a big roar or something? He'll think a bear's back here and he'll come over to us, and then we'll just be like, "You're done."
He's not yelling. You're the one that wants to yell at him.
I'm telling you to roar.
Negative.
Where's
Sound
Remus?
travels.
Remus is standing like 5 feet to your south, which is in the direction that Kados is walking. 5 to 10 feet.
Remus, what should we do? You know how to handle this guy. I don't.
Do I?
Wink.
Do I really? See, let me, you have my map, right? Well, let's take a look at the map while Kados gets into trouble.
Okay, Kados is now about 80 feet away.
That's okay. I can't control the will of that man.
While he's dilly-dallying, I am just gonna yell, "Kados!" But like actually yell.
Okay, roll me
Is that like a
performance check.
Yeah. Minus or plus 1?
If he gets a nat 20, he sings it.
That's an 11.
An 11.
Kados!
So,
Can I thwop him in the back of the head?
Tommy?
Me?
Tommy. Just
Yeah.
give him a little like come on, man.
Yeah, roll
Why?
a
Why?
unarmed attack.
What'd you say that was?
Just a d20 plus your strength modifier.
Why are you hitting me?
Because you're yelling.
That is a plus my strength modifier. That is a 17.
17. That
Wait,
beats
get Brown again?
Tommy's armor class by 1. So, I'm going to say that you're doing this with the unintention of hurting
No, I don't want to
Tommy.
hurt him. It's just like, come
So,
on.
Tommy kind of winds up for the yell and he goes, and you go, whack! Right in the
Oh
back
no,
of
I
the
was
head.
gonna. It was gonna be after he said something.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he winds up and yells, Chaos! And there's kind of a voice crack at the beginning of it, and then you slap him.
Yeah, like, come on, what are you doing?
Come on, man.
Why'd you yell? I thought we established that we were not going to do that.
Yeah, not bad. And I'll pull my pistol out and just be ready.
I sit.
Sit on the ground. Okay. We're
Is
gonna.
it cold?
The ground is. It's not cold, but it's definitely not warm. It's in like the comfortable ground temperature range.
It's temperate. One might
It's
say.
temperate. Yeah. I'm gonna pause the recording.
Oh.
Or maybe he's back. Hello.
Hey, boy.
I need to go.
Okay.
Oh.
I will give you all details later. It's a long story.
Okay.
Are you
Hope you're
okay?
safe.
Okay.
Quite pressing.
Okay.
So, do you
Yes.
want to continue on?
What do we do about Katos?
Chaos is now about 90 feet away from you.
Yeah, what do we do about him? If
Do we
he's-
let him go?
Yeah, no, I'm talking to Zach. Like,
Oh,
what do we do
I
about
can
Katos?
I can be Katos if you guys want
Okay.
to keep playing.
Okay.
At least to get out of the canyon.
Yeah. Fuck. So, Chris, help me out here. So,
Hmm.
and some of this you can tell me, some of this you cannot. So we're moving south, and as far as I understand from what you told me earlier, south is the direction of this Wyvrn tour place.
Yes.
So it seems to me like the canyon might be a good idea. So I say, well, gentlemen, for once, I think Katos might actually have the right idea here. You know, see, Wyvrn tour is here marked on our map. We gotta. Well, I don't have the map, but Tommy's got the map, and it's south from about where we were, kind of in the direction of that Ice Spire peak that we saw.
Sorry.
I think maybe we should actually follow Katos.
I'm not disagreeing with following Katos. I just didn't want everyone to yell, Tommy.
Tommy's
It
muted.
does echo.
Yeah, well,
Katos is now about 100 feet away from you guys.
We should probably catch up to him.
Let's go.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna try to get his attention, but it's gotta just.
No.
go.
Let's walk 1.5 times faster than Katos. Just so we don't sprint, but
So he's walking at about like half speed.
yeah. So we're gonna move at 75% speed.
So you're only gonna move at like 22 feet.
Per second.
Okay. So you guys continue and you do start closing the distance. Katos is probably about 60 feet away from you guys. I need to pull up his character sheet now. Because now I am Katos. And
I am the Katos now.
roll me perception checks.
Okay. That one.
Great.
Oof.
That one.
$11.
What'd you get, Brandon?
Five.
5. Okay, so you guys are closing up closer and closer to Katos, and all of a sudden, you guys notice a blast of rock and dirt from next to Kados, where a creature is going to erupt from the ground.
Oh.
And it is going to attack Kados for a 17, which does hit. And let's see here. Okay. These will take 8 damage plus 2, so 10 damage. Now I need to keep notes because I can't change his health. And I would like you all to now roll initiative.
Yay!
All right. 15, Chris.
Okay.
I got a 1, so
17.
5.
So okay, so Brandon had 17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Zach had a
15.
15?
Yeah.
Kados had a 9, and Tommy, you are last.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, a second burst of rocks comes up probably about 10 feet away from you, Remus, and erupting out of the ground is this large arrow-headed like figure with these 2 large mandibles, and it has kind of like large praying mantis like grapplers. Ooh. And it is going to charge you and make 2, well, it's technically 1, but he's going to try to hit you.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 18 to hit.
18 is my AC, so
that will hit, yes.
Yep.
So you take 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 3 points of acid damage as it charges up to you, and its mandibles lock around your torso, getting your right arm stuck in it, and you can feel this like spray of this mist hit you from this creature's mouth, and it starts to sting your skin wherever it made contact. That will bring us to the other one's turn, which is currently fighting Kados. It's going to try to hit Kados with a 7. That will miss. And that's all it can do. So it goes to slash at Kados with its 2 praying mantis-like claws, and Kados just weirdly like sidesteps at one time, sidesteps at another time. Doesn't seem too worried. It's kind of weird. That brings us to Torak.
I rage.
Okay, so you rage and your form swells and you get these 2 large mandibles and this long scorpion tail comes off of your back. What would you like to do?
How far am I away from either one of them?
So the one closest to you would be the one that is currently engaged with Remus. That's about 7 to 10 feet away from you. The one engaged with... Excuse me, I had to burp. With Kados is about 40 feet away from you.
And Kados didn't get hit.
Kados got hit once when it originally erupted from the ground.
I'm gonna move up. You said how far? 40 feet away. He is.
Yes.
I'm gonna move. Should I move it? I'm gonna move within 15 feet.
Okay. So you'll move 25 feet forward to your south along this cavern, and you do pass the other creature outside of its melee range, so it does not get an attack of opportunity, and you are now 15 feet away from the creature that is engaged with Kados.
I'm gonna smack it with, or attempt to smack it with my tail.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a tail melee attack.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is a 13. 13. What was it? Piercing damage.
13 piercing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like that. Just press the button.
Yeah. So your tail swings over your right shoulder, and it makes contact with the left chest of this creature. And being that it's your tail, you can actually feel it. And when your tail comes into contact, you can feel something crack. This creature has a very strong exoskeleton, but you seem to have cracked the side of this creature's shell.
And then I'm gonna spin around and hit it again.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another tail attack.
That is a 26 to hit.
26 will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
That was a 9.
9
Piercing
damage. Okay.
And that would end my turn then.
Alright, so your tail then whips around from the left again, but instead of going for the opposite side that you hit, you actually swing your tail over the creature and come back around and smack it in the same spot. This time you can actually feel where your tail hits, actually cracks and opens a small cavity in this creature's armor. So you have now effectively made a weak spot on the left side of this creature. So that will bring us to Remus's turn.
All right.
For some reason, instead of your name, I just put the number 9.
I managed to get out my daggers, and I'm gonna go for an attack with my right hand to this creature, my dagger facing down, and I'm gonna. It's still. Is like mandible still on me, or did Torak see to it that it was kind of?
Torak attacked the opposite one.
Okay.
So this creature, you're not grappled, but it is still on you, trying to eat you.
So I'm gonna look down, draw my knife, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to attack it. And my roll is a 20.
20, dirty 20.
Dirty.
That will hit.
Nice. Okay. So I bring up the dagger and I try to plunge it within its mean skin, and I get 10 damage.
10 damage. All right. I don't know why I keep moving my pencil so far away. So your left arm being just nibbled by this creature, you pick up your right arm and you swing your knife around and bring it down into the shoulder of this creature, and the knife goes in probably about halfway. This is a thickly armored creature, but your knife does penetrate and it does do significant damage.
And so does the creature react?
The creature does recoil slightly, enough for you to get your left arm free.
Yeah, okay. So with that, I draw my other dagger, this time in its forward position, and I'm going to go for a lunge at this creature, and I'm going to roll an 18. Wait a second. 19 to hit.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Nice. Cool. That's going to be the same amount of damage. That is 10 damage.
10 damage.
With my other dagger.
All right. So you manage to get your left arm free and go for an underhand kind of lunge at this creature, and you make contact with its right breastplate and actually do crack through its armor a little bit and get a good deep stab. The creature does recoil slightly. It's no longer attached to you, but it is still within melee range. It did not seem to like that. And your turn?
I pass.
All right, that brings us to Tommy.
All right.
Or no, wait. Yeah, Tommy. I never wrote where... Oh, wait, Josh is 9, not Zach.
Whoops.
So technically it's Kados' turn, but I'll let it be Tommy's turn instead.
If I'm not within 30 feet, can I move to about 30 feet away?
To which creature?
Are they right next to each other, or are they kind of separated?
The one is about 10 feet away from you, the other one is about 45 feet from you.
10 feet's not melee range, right?
No.
No. I'll just stay where I'm at, and I'm going to take a shot at the boy who's 10 feet away from me. Okay,
that's the one engaged with Remus. Go ahead and roll me a ranged attack.
That's a 16.
16 will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
11 damage.
11 damage. Alright, so you pull out your pistol and you take aim and you fire with this cacophonous echo that just goes pow, echoing through this cavern. This bullet flies true and hits it just along the side of the crown of this creature's head, and it actually blasts off a chunk of this creature's like exoskeleton attached to its head. The creature is still standing.
That's fine. I'm gonna take another shot at it because I have extra attack.
Alright, go ahead and roll me that extra attack.
Ooh, that's a 25.
25 will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
That's another 11. 7 plus 4.
Okay, another 11. So you adjust your aim slightly, aiming a little more central to this creature's head. You see 2 eyes of its 4 kind of mounted very frontally on this creature's head, and you fire a shot and it hits just above its right eye, and it goes straight through this creature's head, and it kind of wobbles to one side and falls dead on the ground.
Boy's back.
All
Not getting killed this time.
There you go.
Can I move within, so I can still move, correct?
Yes, you still have your movement.
And would you say I'm 40 feet away from?
45 feet away from the other one.
Can I move to like 25 feet away? I have 30 feet of walking speed.
Sure.
So if he's 45...
Your range is up to 90 feet.
Oh, that's not
start
with
having
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Oh. So I'm fine where I'm at?
Yes.
Oh, it's 30... Why does it say 30 then? If it's
I'm pretty sure that's your minimum range of when I'm supposed to give you disadvantage, but I don't like that. 90 is like the maximum range before you start having disadvantage.
I'll move like 10 feet closer. Just a little bit.
So you're now 35 feet away from this creature.
And I'll end my turn there.
Okay, so that brings us to Kados' turn, which I don't know how he works, so this will be fun. Ooh. Okay, so he is going to look at this creature who's attacking him, and he's going to reach his hands towards the ground and push them up. And a cloud of what looks like flies kind of erupts from the ground under this creature. And let's see. What's his spellcasting modifier? That's charisma. Oh, save DC 16. Okay. Alright, so this creature does make it save. The spell seems to have no effect against this creature. So that ends Kados' turn, as he is still in melee range with the creature, so he doesn't want to move away. That brings us back to the top, which is that creature. So it is going to see this large creature that just smacked it, and it's a little more interested in that, and it moves along the side of Kados, not past him, still within melee range, and it's going to rear back and kind of lurch forward, and out of its mouth a spine is going to shoot towards our good friend Torak. Let's see. Oh, so this will actually go towards Tommy and Torak. So let's see. I would like you guys to make a dexterity something. Dexterity saving throws. Torak and Tommy.
16.
Okay.
It's an 8.
An 8. So, Torak, you manage to kind of duck and lean out of the way as this acid spray following the spike you just narrowly miss it. Tommy, you don't see it coming because Torak was in the way, and you get hit square in the chest by this spike that kind of digs in a little bit, but that isn't the worst part. The worst part is what follows, which is this stream of this blackish purple liquid that erupts from this creature. And you are going to take 12 acid damage.
Does that, like, burn me after?
No. Actually, I also read it wrong. On a failed save, you take half as much damage. So, Torak, you get to take 6 damage. You didn't miss it all the way, apparently. This is why you read the monsters first, kids.
Why do I take 6 damage?
Because it's on a failed save, take half as much, or on a successful save, take half as much damage. Thank goodness we have the sponsorship. We don't have a sponsorship.
Sorry.
It was a joke.
I had to calibrate something.
Okay, so that will end this creature's turn, and that will bring us to Brandon.
Did the one in front of me move at all?
It moves slightly to the side of Kados.
So it's no further away and no closer.
It's probably 10 to 15 feet away now. It moves slightly closer.
Well, I want to stay in 15 feet range so I can smack it with my tail.
Okay, so you'll take 5 feet back. Then you're swinging at it with your tail?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a tail swing attack for me.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 will hit. Go ahead and roll me tail attack damage.
7.
7? Okay, so you wind up and swing your tail at this creature, hitting it in the opposite side this time. And again, you feel something give and something crack in its right side. And it is still standing. It does not look happy, but it's looking rough. It's still standing.
And then for my extra attack, I guess, I'm gonna... So for my claws, if I use them, it says that I can make an additional attack using my claws as part of the same action. Does that mean that's 2 more or just 1? If
Let me look. Claws.
I guess
Enter your rage, you can transform, revealing the bestial power. Blah, 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 blah. Your hands transform into 2 claws, which deal 1d6 slashing damage on a hit. When you take the attack action on your turn and make an attack with your claws, you can make 1 additional attack using your claws. So if you hit, you roll 2d6. That's a really weird way of putting it.
I kind of want to do that. So.
Okay, go for that. And wow, the range is 10 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Got like weird, wacky, waving, inflatable arm man arms.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll me
that plus 7 hit is...
Yeah. So that's 2d6. I don't know if it's plus 4 or plus 8. I'm going to say plus 8. Because it's 2.
So we... 8 plus 5.
8 plus 5. How do you want to do this?
Hey.
I want to get my claws in between the chest cavity.
Okay.
And rip out.
Okay. So you rush up to this creature and your claws sink in to this creature's chest between 2 of its armor plates on the front of it, and you just tear outwards, just ripping this thing's chest armor off and part of its insides out as well, and just open it up like a shrimp, and this thing falls backwards and dies.
You know, it'd be really cool. After I did that, spun around and smacked it with the tail into like the canyon wall.
Do it.
I want to do that.
Alright, so as it's falling backwards, you spin around and slap it, and it goes flying into the side of the canyon wall, a good like 7 feet, and it just stays stuck there against the wall like a bug on a windshield.
It'd be funny if it gets stuck on the tail and I was like, get off.
So you guys are now out of combat. Kados is going to walk back and go, well, that was very, very unfortunate. I don't know what his accent is. I can't do Russian.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. My name is Kados, and that was very unfortunate. I don't normally get into fights with things with weird pincers, but we did pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who killed the other one? Did I completely miss that?
That was
Tommy
me.
murdered it.
Yeah.
I want to be like, put it in my holster. Yeah.
Okay, I shrink back to normal size.
Okay.
I too shrink back to normal size. Oh wait.
And we're not talking about my body.
Did you lose 10 or 12? I lost
Me?
10.
I took. Oh, I'll say I took 12.
Oops. I didn't mean to burp into the microphone. But I mean, I did mean to burp, but I forgot that there was a microphone there. So you guys are now out of combat. These creatures are laid out in front of you. What do you decide to do?
Watch Zach blind us all.
So no, what I'm doing is, so I discovered when I sorry Chris, but when I set the exposure to a custom exposure that's not the auto exposure on this, my frame rate drops, man. Like the frame rate of the webcam, and I don't know why. And it's like it's not hitting my GPU any harder because I have it set to run on my GPU, and it's not hitting it any harder. It just fucking works worse. So, but anyway,
Do we know what these things are?
Go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
Can I do that too?
Yes, or a nature check. Did I say investigation?
17.
I got a 6.
I got a 19.
Okay.
I don't know what they are.
So, the only one of you who has a slight recollection of what these creatures might possibly be is Tommy. None of you really have a reason in your backstories to have encountered these, so it's a pretty difficult thing. Tommy, you did hear stories in your travels of running around the world of these bug-like creatures that existed underground, and they would pop up and attack travelers and whatnot. There are a couple different kinds of these things. You're not quite sure which one this is, but you know that they do exist. Obviously, they just attacked you.
Then I'm not going to really say much because I can't really provide much information besides what everyone saw happen. So they sound kind of scary though.
Do you guys want to end it there, or do you want to keep moving forward? Can I end it there?
Yeah.
Alright, so with that, standing over the corpses of these two large bug-like creatures, we'll let Kados do a nature check next week to see if he knows what they were. Yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, bye.